Alrighty. Nobody likes a loser, and nobody likes to be bullied. Yet here we stand today, the greatest superpower on Earth, and everyone is eating or our lunch. That's not winning. We have a president who tries to get tough and draw a line in the sand. But when that line gets crossed, there are no repercussions. And when we try to neglect with fortune senators, we don't stand up. We don't turn to walk away, and more important, we don't walk away. We make collections after collections. That's not winning. If I run my business that way, I'd fire myself. Take one of the worst agreements in our history, the nuclear treaty with Iran, with John Kennedy negated and President Obama running through and around senators, or rather he converted his party to support in the filibuster any debate or vote on it. This is probably the most important treaty of our time, and our very stupid leaders in Washington, D.C. couldn't even bring themselves to hold a discussion and vote on it. Ronald Reagan said, "Trust but verify," but in the case we aren't following either price of advance, how can we trust a man like I know this is yeah. Okay, that's an Arabian word. I'm just gonna say Saddam Hussein. Just a month before we approved the treaty, we regate that his country was punched to destroy and eliminate Israel, our most important ally and longtime partner, and preserving some sublands of stably in the region, and now verifying. We don't even know what side details the internal automatic energy against has struck with Iran. Or if we do know, they haven't been made public. That's not winning. That's criminal negation, in my view. Then, when every student Republican cried this deal, and some of the Democrats did as well, the president commander completed his circle in our advance. In other words, he sells out his friends and allies, and then defeats his treaty of comparing. his circle to our enemies. That's what he called self-full diplomacy. Now here's going to open the gates to refuel from places like Syria. When it's like exchanged and personal invites to ISIS members to come live here and try to destroy our country from within. This is America today. The skinning city on a hall which other senators use to imbibe and treat to be like. So what can we be done about it? How do we start winning again? To start with, we need a government that is made to winning. His experience in winning took his book It Above How We Do It that. In early September 2015, I spoke with Mayor Riley in Washington, D.C. I told them that we need a military that will be so strong that we won't have to use it. And then I asked, "Are you listening, President Obama?" Almost everyone in the crowd cheered, but I understood why some of them were shocked. Americans are used to hearing the same old promises from the same old politics. Who ever provide any results? Let any victories? I should know. For years I've gave money, lots of money, to condemn for both parties who made personal plates for my support. For their companionship, they promised to change things with new ideas, bringing government back into the original more limited prosper of prejudicing our country and putting our people first. Cuddling after cuddling, make all kinds of pledges like this, and very little, if anything, was done. How many of those promises have been solved? Nothing solved. Nothing seemed to move forward in Washington. Look at Congress, which has an indestructibly negative response among Americans. And why not they do anything? They can't even pass a national budget. The country booker, which means that they just throw all their promises and our huge debate onto our children and possibly our grandchildren. This has to stop. Finally, I realized that Americans doesn't need any more all talk, new negations, policy running things. It needs smart businesses, people who understand how to manage. We don't need more